"We were expecting a better atmosphere," Habashy said. "That's why we came here. But we're going to make the best of it. We're going to go crazy for every goal." Egypt didn't end up scoring any in a 1-0 loss, but Habashy and his friends were jumping around at every close chance for Egypt's big save and any airing of injured star Mohamed Salah on the screen. They were among the about 24 fans on the lawn on a crisp morning at the start of the match. The crowd grew to about 50 later in the first half, with more fans coming later in the day for games at times when more people are awake. There were several hundred fans on hand for the thrilling 11 a.m. game between powerhouses Spain and Portugal, and the Earthquakes have already had more than 1,300 RSVPs for Sunday's high-profile matchup between Mexico and defending champion Germany. "You can't beat the atmosphere of being on a large screen in a big environment," said Portuguese fan Rui Silva, who came out with his wife, 2 kids and 2 nieces. "It's kind of cool to have other fans there, too. It kind of gives you the feel that you're at a game." The expected turnout for less enticing matches that start before the crack of dawn, like the Egypt-Uruguay game, are much smaller, with most who showed up either natives of one of the countries or die-hard soccer fans. Rosemary Pozzebon brought her family of 4 out to root on her native Uruguay. While her US-born kids were disappointed the Americans didn't qualify, the family was excited for this match. They try to watch as many big games Uruguay plays in the World Cup, qualifying or Copa America that they can, and leapt at the chance to do it in what they hoped would be a more festive environment than their couch at home. "It's fun to watch it with a crowd," Pozzebon said. "Where is everybody?" The game did draw a few curious onlookers, including John Fung, who stopped by with a few of his high school friends from Seattle who were on a trip to the Bay Area. Fung described himself as a casual soccer fan who gets into the World Cup every 4 years. When he heard about the Earthquakes' plans to show the games on a 44-foot by 24-foot video board, he figured it would be fun to come check it out. "It's a great setup," Fung said. "There were actually more people than I thought there'd be for the 5 a.m. game. The Earthquakes had free coffee and donuts for the early arriving fans, as well as some games. They had more authentic food options later in the day, including Portuguese and Spanish fare, as well as face painting and video game stations. Fans get passports when they arrive for their first game, with stamps each time they show up. Coming for 5 games will win a Earthquakes merchandise item, and fans get a ticket to an upcoming game with 10 stamps. Anyone who shows up for all 64 gets VIP treatment for a game against Seattle, including a post-game meet and greet with Earthquakes players. One fan each day will also win a prize for being decked out in the most festive and supportive outfit for their team. The Earthquakes held viewing parties around San Jose for the tournament 4 years ago, but wanted to take advantage of their stadium that opened in 2015 this time around. Other MLS teams are hosting their own viewing parties, including Real Salt Lake, which is airing some games at its practice facility. But the Earthquakes say they're the only team showing every game at their stadium. "We wanted to make the World Cup a big event and make it exciting no matter which teams are in it," Earthquakes Executive Vice President Jed Matei said. "The Bay Area is so diverse. There are people from so many backgrounds who will come out and support their country. Let's do something for the community and bring people together around the biggest sporting event in the world."